Hello, this is your host from the Coleopterist with Ask an Expert. Today we're going to talk about ants versus winter. What happens when the cold hits PA? As we all know, winter is coming, the temperatures are going to be dropping, and what does that mean for our ant friends? Are they going to be okay? What do they do to survive the winter here in Pennsylvania? Well, ants actually do pretty well in the winter because they do a couple things. First of all, they know it's coming. They know the winter is coming, so they prepare for it. So they will store up food in their little ant houses, so they have food to eat during the winter when they can't go out and get it. And also they'll seek out warm, dry places to kind of spend the winter in. And that's where they might find your house, your nice, warm, dry house in the wintertime. That's very attractive to ants. So some of the things that you might see in the wintertime, especially as we get into December, January, February, you might start seeing ants coming into your house looking for a nice place to spend the winter. You might see some in the basement. You might see some in the crawl space. You might see some in the attic. They're looking for a nice, dry, warm place to spend the winter and raise their young. And so as the temperatures start to drop outside, we start to see more and more ants coming into houses looking for those nice, warm, dry places. Now, most of the time, ants will go back and forth to their nest. They don't stay in your house. They'll use your house just as like a bedroom, like a vacation home, and then they'll go back to their regular nest outside. But sometimes, depending on how cold it gets, they may stay in that nest in your house for a longer period of time. Also, there are certain species of ants that do not survive the winter here in Pennsylvania. For example, the odorous house ant, which is a very common ant in the summertime. You'll see them all over the place. They don't survive the winter. They die off. So in the late fall, we stop seeing them because they die off during the winter. There are several species of ants that are more common in the wintertime that you might see in your house. One is the pavement ant. You might see pavement ants coming into your house in the wintertime looking for those nice, warm, dry places to spend the winter. Another one is the carpenter ant. We've got several species of carpenter ants here in Pennsylvania, and the big black carpenter ant is the one that's more active in the wintertime, so you might see that in the wintertime. So if you do find ants in your house in the wintertime, it's probably one of those two species, or it could be other species of ants that are just looking for a nice place to spend the winter. If you have any questions about ants or any other insects or arachnids, feel free to contact us through our website. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you get updates every week. This has been your host from the College of Biological Sciences with Ask an Expert.